Hi there, my name is Taro Iwamoto. I'm a Feldenkrais practitioner, and in today's video I'm going to share some movement tips and the strategies that will help reduce strain on your back, lower back, and in your neck while you're washing your face, or brushing your teeth, or any activities that involve leaning forward, bending over. Okay? So there are a couple things that you need to be paying attention to. The first thing is you want to pay attention to your stance. So there is a difference. When you stand with the narrow base of support, you have very little support from the ground, right? And when you're standing with the feet close together, and then you're beginning to bend forward, lean forward, and you're not as stable, and therefore you're going to have to use more of your back muscles or the neck muscles to stabilize yourself. So simply, you can actually to make things a little bit easier for you by widening the base of support. So you have a little bit wider base of support. You don't have to go too extreme. Okay, so just about maybe shoulder width apart. If you have a tendency to stand with the feet close together, then you may consider just spreading your feet apart just a little bit. Just that alone and can change the stress, the amount of the strain on your back, the use of the back or the neck that can change very significantly. So you may try that. And the second part is the how you getting into the position, how you lean forward and bend over. So this is the movement strategy part. So you're going to actually learn to do that movement in a different way, in a more efficient way to reduce the strain. So let's talk about how you do it. So from standing position, so I want you to pay attention to your feet. And can you feel where you're standing on your feet? Where is the weight on your feet? Are you standing more towards the heels? Or are you standing more towards the front? So first, observe, and I'd like you to notice that. And slowly, very slowly, starting to bend forward as if you're going to wash your face, as if you're going to, brushing your teeth and spitting, and to rinse your mouth, whatever. And when you do that motion, beginning to lean forward and pay attention to your feet and weight on your feet, how does that change? How does the weight shift for you? And do it slowly a couple of times until you become aware and how the weight shifts for you. Okay? And from my experience and my observation working with the people, and I have noticed that many people do this motion and then weight shifts forward towards the toes. Maybe this is what you're finding as well. So maybe you want to go back and do it again, then maybe you notice that way. Okay. So what happens when the weight shifts to the front? Okay, to the toes as you're bending forward. What happens? Okay, is that so the base of support is you have the base of support, and then you have the center of the mass. As you're standing upright, the center of the mass is over the base of support. Then as you begin to bend forward, and when the weight shifts forward towards the toes, then you're basically shifting the center of the mass outside of the base of support. Then you're beginning to actually to fall forward, right? And what's stopping you from actually losing your balance and falling forward is your muscles, your extensor muscles, right? So all the muscles in your back, your hamstrings, your legs, and your neck also. They have to work extra hard to keep you from falling forward. So how do you change that? Right? Now I'd like you to try this one. Do the bending forward, right? So as you begin to bend forward, as if you're going to wash your face, in a way that you're actually going to shift your weight to the heels, not to the toes, but to the heels. So you do the same motion of the bending forward, are you able to shift your weight onto the heels? So do take just a practice a few movements and few repetitions in doing this one, and until you can actually shift your weight to the heels while bending forward. Okay, so how do you do that? You practice a few times. I'm pretty sure that you're able to going to figure that out on your own. But what will happen is that your hips are going to move backwards into the space. Okay, so as you're bending forward, and the hips are going to move back to counterbalance, so the weight actually shifts back to the heels. Right? So if you look at the center of the mass and you look at the base of support, and by changing that, you are counterbalancing, right? So bending forward and the hips are going backwards, and then the weight actually shifts back to the heels. So the center of the mass is actually staying over the base of support. You're basically just going down this way from up to down, instead of weight of the center of the mass is shifting forward outside of the base of support, and that is basically falling forward. Okay, that will increase activities of the back extensors, neck extensors, and also the leg extensors. All the extensors are going to work extra hard, otherwise you'll be falling, right? But by actually changing the way you bend forward, you are counterbalancing, so that center of the mass is not going forward, so you're not falling. Therefore, there would be much less muscle activities because you're not falling forward, right? So do that way here, and you pay attention to the strain and effort in your back, in your neck, as you're learning to actually move in a different way. And you go back to your old way, which is shifting the weight to the front, to the toes, as you bend forward. Exaggerate a little bit, almost as if you're going to feel like you begin to fall forward. Okay, and then you pay attention to your back, your neck. Do you feel more effort? Okay, because they have to work harder, or you will be falling forward, right? So that's my these are my movement strategies and the tips, and I hope this is helpful for you. And if you have any questions, any comments, and please leave them in the comment section below. And if you like this video, and please hit the like button. And then if you're new to this channel, and please subscribe to my channel. Appreciate that. And thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.